Hello action figure fans, this is HammerTron here with a new action figure playset review for you. This time I am reviewing the Masters of the Universe Origins Prince Adam with Sky Sled. This was released in 2020. I bought this in a store in 2020. It comes in a very nice big window box. We have a nice extra flap up here with the title and nice picture there. The window boxes are wonderful because we can see what is in the package. So we see Prince Adam and the Sky Sled and some other accessories. So very nice packaging there. Here is the front. Here is the top. So the window wraps around to the top to let in more light. Here is the bottom. And the date on the bottom of this box is 2019, but it was in the stores in 2020. Here is one side. Here's the box and then the flap up here. Here is the other side. And here is the back. I like the back. It has a very nice big painted picture up here. Prince Adam on the Sky Sled rushing into battle. Although it says that this is a rescue rocket, I think it should be called an attack rocket. It shows you how to play with it. Here is the cross cell. I have already reviewed each of these other items. So I will open this up and review the Prince Adam with Sky Sled action figure playset in just a moment. Here is Prince Adam freed from the plastic prison. This is the accessory that he comes with, the power sword. This is a pink power sword. It's a full power sword, not the half sword that He-Man and Skeletor have. But this one has a much thicker handle, so it makes it hard to keep it in his gripping hands. So we'll get to that in a moment. It's a pretty stiff plastic, so it's not very pliable, so that's very nice. And here is Prince Adam. Let's see how tall this action figure is. According to the tape measure, he's about 5 3/4 inches tall, or about 15 centimeters tall. So nicely sized action figure. And this Prince Adam looks like the head sculpt is the same as the He-Man head sculpt. Maybe slightly different coloring, slightly different painting, but looks like the same sculpt. He has a vest. This is a kind of a lighter pink color than the original. The original toy had a cloth vest and it was a darker pink, more of a magenta color, but this is a soft pliable plastic that is probably removable, but we don't really need to remove it. And it looks like the same body parts are used, just painted different colors. The white shirt. He has two gripping hands. Usually the left hand is open, but this is a gripping hand. And the purple tights and the darker purple trunks and boots, and the white painted on the boots. Peg holes on the heel, and the painting goes around to the back. So looks like all the other action figures, just in different colors. So let's take a look at the articulation with the head. He can maybe move up just a little bit, but his hair is bumping into this plastic vest, so that's limiting the upward movement. He can look down a little bit, turn side to side, tiny bit of head tilting. At the shoulders, we can go out this far, so that looks pretty good. And there's some ratcheted joints in there, so it just kind of snaps into place. And he could go all the way around, except he's running into the plastic, the pliable plastic here. We can maybe bend it, but if we bend it too much, it'll eventually wear out and break. So his shoulders are limited a little bit because of this plastic vest. Otherwise, I think they'd work just like all the others. At the elbows, there's a single jointed elbow. Not very much articulation there. less than 90 degrees on both sides. There we go. And then the rotation at the elbow, that is working for both of them. At the wrist, we can turn the wrist and there's a hinge, so that is working. Same thing on this side, twist the wrist and there is a hinge, so that is working. At the waist, there is a twist, that is working. At the hips, you can go this far on the splits, so seems to be working okay. And a little bit of ratcheting there. And he can kick forward just that much, kick back just a little bit. Same thing on this side. Kick forward that much, kick back just a little bit. No thigh twist here, but there's a single joint at the knee, so we want to make sure we know where the knee joint is before we start bending it. And there's a rotation at the knee there. And we know where the joint is before we bend it. And rotation at the knee there. That one's a bit loose though. I don't know why that one is so loose. Look at that. So right out of the package. Now it's been in the package for about 3 or 4 years, so right out of the package, maybe it's falling apart, but this one is just loose and it doesn't hold the position. And we have rotation at the boot cut, so that is working. That one is working. So the reason why we want to make sure we know where the knee joint is the knee can get bent, and then we have the boot rotation, so then the knee would actually bend that way to the side rather than straight back. So if we push the wrong way, we'll break something. So that's why we want to make sure we know exactly where the knee joint is before we start bending it. So the boot cuts there. And at the ankles, you can do the tippy toes. You can go forward quite a bit. Very nice. And he has ankle pivot, so that is working. So all the joints are working properly. Just this one, this knee rotation here on this left knee is just extremely loose for some reason. A little bit disappointing. The articulation is blocked by this pink vest. That's to be expected. A cloth vest would give much more than this, but maybe cloth is a little more expensive than this pliable plastic. And then the sword, having a large handle, larger than most of them, makes it hard to really fit it into the hand. You have to push it in there, and it's not really gripping it. It's kind of wedged in there. So at least he's holding it for now. Maybe it'll slip out or it'll warp the plastic in the fingers, but Prince Adam looks like he's ready for action. Makes you wonder why he needs to become He-Man. Here is the Sky Sled. This has the griffin head on it and the alligator panels. So this is for the heroic warriors and masters of the universe. And on the front here we have a blast effect, which just plugs into the cannon in the front. That's a solid piece of plastic there, showing the energy being blasted out, so that looks pretty nice. And here it's molded mostly in bluish plastic here. We have some silver plastic for the engines on the back, and some guns here on the side. and a main cannon here where the blast effect was plugged in, and this part actually moves, so that's as far as it'll move. We have the stickers here. All the stickers are pre-applied, and the control panel here, and a sticker there, and some little sculpted details in the handles and the seat. So pretty nice, solid feeling Sky Sled. Well, not totally solid, but not really hollow either, so it feels pretty sturdy. And it has an extra feature where we can remove this griffin head and remove the alligator panels. And then we can add the serpent head for the evil warriors, and that just plugs in here. And we have side panels for the evil warriors, kind of a pterodactyl or dragon. So it slides into place and plugs in. So very nice feature where we can switch between the good guys and the bad guys. So that looks pretty nice. Now we also have foot pegs here on the vehicle for the figure to fit onto it. So let's bring Prince Adam. So now he's working for the bad guys. Or he just stole the evil warrior Sky Sled to make his escape. And we'll just fit him on here. Plug in the heels of his boots into the foot pegs. Takes a little bit of work to get it all lined up. And adjust his arms. Put his hands on the handles. Yeah, it does take a little bit of work to get it lined up just right, but it should work. So it looks like he's ready to escape from Snake Mountain on the stolen evil warrior's Sky Sled. Here we have an extra flight stand for the Sky Sled. So a piece of terrain here, looks like sandy terrain, and a slot to plug in the clear plastic part here, and hollow inside. And here's the clear plastic stand, little blue tip. This plugs into the bottom of the Sky Sled here, but it's pretty hard to push in there, and it makes a pretty loud snap. I'm a little bit nervous about doing that, but yeah, I can plug it in and then pull it out. It takes some extra work to do that, so it's a little difficult to do it in front of the camera here like this. But I do like this clear plastic part. It has a very hard ratcheted joint here, and it's pretty thick and sturdy. It just feels very, very sturdy. I like that. Now this part here plugs in to the base here. I think it can go either way, either this way, or this way. I'm not sure it really matters which way it goes, because it's designed to keep it balanced with the Sky Sled on top. Now, I did not push this all the way in, because I think if I push this all the way in, it's just going to snap into place and I might never be able to pull it out again. So far, I've been very careful to not push it all the way in. Maybe I need to get a little something extra to put at the bottom there as I carefully slide it there. See, I've not pushed it all the way in, so it's not totally, it hasn't snapped into place yet, and I don't really want to do that because it just looks like it would be really hard to pull it out again. And I want to be able to pull it out again so I can put this away somewhere and store it and conveniently kind of flat. That would just be easier. So hopefully I remember that and I don't accidentally push too hard on it, because I'm going to put the Sky Sled on this and then try to slide this on, and hopefully it's not too heavy and it doesn't snap into place permanently. So we'll see. Here is Prince Adam and the Sky Sled next to a pair of 4-inch action figures. On the right is an adventurer from an Animal Planet set I reviewed a while ago. On the left is the Fortnite Jonesy action figure by Jazzwares. And Prince Adam looks like a giant for 4-inch action figures, and the Sky Sled looks like a pretty nice aerial type vehicle to battle against the 4-inch scale action figures. Here is Prince Adam and the Sky Sled next to a 6-inch action figure. On the left, the Action Force Condor action figure by Valiverse. That one's actually about 6.5 inches tall. And a 7-inch action figure on the right, the Masters of the Universe Masterverse He-Man action figure by Mattel. And Prince Adam looks like a small person compared to the 6 or 7-inch scale action figures. And the Sky Sled could be kind of an aerial robot ship that battles against the 6 or 7-inch scale action figure, so it could be useful for different displays or dioramas. So here is Prince Adam on the Sky Sled attached to the terrain piece, and I have it very carefully balanced here, so I don't think it has snapped into place yet, so I might still be able to remove it. I don't want to have the stand permanently attached there, because I want to be able to take it apart and store it flat. That's easier for storage or packing whenever I want to do that. And it is pretty heavy. This action figure and the Sky Sled are pretty heavy. This thing does move around a little bit, so it does look pretty nice in different poses. And we can swivel it around. So it's a pretty nice little display piece for different dioramas. It just takes a bit of work to get it balanced, and I do like how the terrain piece is long enough to handle the weight in different poses, so the leverage there doesn't throw it off balance too much. So it's looking pretty good there. My objection, though, is having interchangeable parts. I mean, that is kind of nice, but if we want to get multiples of these, how many Prince Adams are we going to need to have? So it might have been better just to have the Heroic Warriors Sky Sled and then the Evil Warrior Sky Sled, and just have these parts on there permanently. And of course, having a vehicle with no figure is not very much fun unless you buy the figure separately, so it might have been better to have a special pilot figure to go along with it, the Eternian Guard for the Heroic Warriors, and some Evil Warrior Army Builder figure as a pilot. Although if we have extra pilots, then we would still want more Sky Sleds for the main characters to be displayed on. So it might have been better to sell this individually as a vehicle by itself, one for the Heroic Warriors and one for the Evil Warriors. That I think would have worked out best, and lots of people would like to army build this, and they don't need to have so many Prince Adams. So it's a pretty cool vehicle. It should have been packaged a little bit differently, but all in all, it's a really nice vehicle. Thank you for watching my review video. Remember to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel to keep up to date with my future reviews and commentary. I'll see you next time, action figure fans.